Is there anybody out there? Well, it's Saturday morning. Let me just say, first of all, for those who are watching this on catch up, there's nobody here right now at the beginning of this stream. But if you're watching on catch up, then have a good day or whenever it is. Thanks for joining us. Okay, someone here now. Carl D. Hello, Carl. He's the first here. We've got 3 people in the house now. So it's Saturday morning, and Simon Bridges is here. Hello, Simon. Daniel Quigley, Craig Carter. Oh, they're all coming in now. Hello to everyone. Carl D. Hope you were well. Austin 1. Gizmo and Asia. Hello, Eddie. Stuck in the laundry on a very wet day in John TM. Well, apparently Thailand's been having, Thailand's been having, severe floods, haven't they? Most, but you think about Thailand's weather. In fact, the weather in the Southeast Asia. I mean, when you get the extreme, wet season, then it can be extreme. But at least they have reliable summers. December, January, February, March. They're almost guaranteed. If you go to Thailand during those months, you're almost guaranteed, good weather, like behind me there. I mean that's why him behind me there. I know what gives it away that I'm not really there right now because I'm wearing I'm wearing a jumper because I'm in cold Devon and the temperature has dropped here. Who's that? Delayed Dave. Okay, hello to Delayed Dave. Roman Rob, I felt a bloody cold one today. I don't know where you are, Rob, but I felt the temperature dropped as we're getting towards October, over night time especially. And even now, I mean, it's gloriously sunny outside. But it's the temperature's dropped. K. Anderson, Bintman is here. Shamboy, good morning. Vietnam Viking. Ed, when the Kodak, I think you mean Kojak. Ed, when the Kojak look happening? I'll put that on the screen. When's the Kojak look happening? Well, it was due to happen this week, but I was being taken out driven out into town by a friend, and we had to cancel that because the weather was raining on. That was on Thursday afternoon. The weather was that was Thursday afternoon because the weather was pouring down here. You just never know here in England when it's going to be pouring or rain. The forecast was for rain all weekend, but it's nice now. And yesterday afternoon was nice, so I can't get my hair cut. Bald and then have the rain splashing on my head, And I was told by a doctor yesterday that be careful if you have your head shaved because you've got pink skin up here. I mean, my hair's falling out. I've got pink skin up here and it's delicate, so. She was recommended that I put moisturizer on my head, So I have to be. I'll leave the Kojak look for now. I'll do it when my radiotherapy is finished. I mean, and by the way, that all that stuff about the later stages of the radiotherapy being severe. I don't believe I'm not progressing physically forward, but I'm not exactly going backwards either. So that European trip that I've got in a few weeks, that's on as far as I'm concerned. And nice to hear from you, Vietnam Viking. Paul Hoskin is here. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Anthony Clark, okay, nice to hear from you. Austin 1, you're looking well. You can't wait to get you for you to get back to Pattaya. A little of people. I think you mean a little or a lot. we'll be happy to see you, my friend. It's it's I really realized I was looking at flights, even flights in December. I was looking at flights in December when I wouldn't normally get a flight to Thailand. And you can get reasonable prices. I mean, reasonable prices this December. I mean, November is, quite reasonable. But even in December, I thought the prices for December rocket in December. But quite reasonable. But I think it'll be unwise for me to attempt to go there before January. My radiotherapy finishes in about 10 days' time, and then I haven't got any appointments lined up. I think I'm free of hospitals there for about 3 months. My next MRI scan, and I have to do it because I'm booked in for it, will be in January. So I've got to be, because I mean, an MRI scan. Yeah, it's not like that's when you think realize that the National Health is clogged up. There's a waiting list for that. So if they're offering me an MRI scan, and that's very, very important, that is, to check whether anything's coming back or not. You know what I'm talking about. I've got that in January. I'm already, they've got me lined up for January for the MRI scan. And MRI scans in the NHS are not easy to come by, so I better do that one. So, but that's my next thing. But I've got basically 3 months free of hospitals. I mean, after being 5 months tied to hospitals, 3 actually in hospitals, 10 days in the care home, a couple of weeks waiting for the radiotherapy, and so. But you took all that from early. Or mid May to October. That's 5 months of being tied to hospital. So I've got 3 months to do as I please. So it's up to me to make sure that But I don't think I'll be back in Pattaya before January somehow, or February. Kay Anderson, hello. Stephen O'Connor. He's in Phnom Penh. Morning, Ed. Looking good. Not much flooding there in Phnom Penh. Okay, but well, I'm sure. Like well, that's good to hear. Phnom Penh was my favourite city for many years. It's there's things changed. I think there's some of the nightlife here in the areas that I was used to, but maybe nightlife sprung up. Phnom Penh's a great city, and it's good to hear from you, Steve. High five. Hello, Rocksteady. I had to keep you packing up. Gizmo in Asia. North Thailand been very wet. Not so bad there. Tends to downpour. Sun's out today, 32 degrees. Okay, that's fine. Good to hear. Billy Allsop, good morning. Rob, morning, Etty. Good to see you. How's your treatment going? It's going okay. There's usually one day a week when I feel the effects of it. I mean, yesterday was session 23, and when I came home, I was jittery. I was jittery yesterday, but today I'm okay. So 23 down, 7 sessions to go. I've got through it okay, and everyone was predicted that the later stages you will feel it. You will feel the effects in the later. Well, it's the later stages now. It's the later. I mean, if it's in the later stages now, is the last week. Going to go? Are they going to turn the volume up at that radiotherapy machine, or whatever they do? Are they going to give me an extra dose? It wouldn't be the first time I've had a dose. I reckon I can get to it, and I'm going to be going to a European destination in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Bintman, what's the update on your travel? Do you think you'll be well enough to travel? I'm not traveling now, but I've already got a video planned that relates to where I'm going to. You know, that's going to raise a few eyebrows, that one. But what's the update on? I'm going to be traveling next month, early next month. Yeah, you know, only for 5 days. But I will be, you know, but it's European destination. After that, I'm looking at other things. I'm looking at, but short haul European destination. Maybe do something I've never done before in my life. You know, a cruise or something like that. But you know, like I say, you know, Pattaya, Thailand. You know, I'm looking at January at the earliest. I've got to get that MRI scan out of the. I've got to get the MRI, you know, scan in January. Paul Hoskin, whatever that means. Capitonian. Capitonian, greetings from Cape Town, Eddie. Wishing you well. Okay, Capitonian. All right, that's nice. That's good. That's good. That's a place I'd like to visit, but I probably never will now. Stephen O'Connor, been shaving my head for about 25 years, yet moisturizer is a must, as is sunscreen in hotter climates. A burnt head is no fun. That's very, very good. You see, I'm guilty of you know, for all the warnings about sunscreen and all that and hot climates, you know, you know, I don't put any of that stuff on. So pure negligence. So you know, it's lucky I've never had skin cancer, but you know, I'm so hairy. I mean, you know, I don't bask in the sun. I walk along the beach, and you know, I walk along the beach, and you know, I find it boring lying on a beach for hours after hour. But yeah, I mean, moisturizer. Okay, well, I'll check that out before. Thanks for that, Steve. I'll check that one out. I'm going shopping today in Asda. Shag is here. John Daly, what hat will you wear when you lose your hair? Well, I've only got one left. I had two hats. I had the fedora, and I've still got the Australian cowboy hat, the leather one. I've still got that. So I don't know. I'll put that on. Well, it's a cold climate here, but I don't know, maybe outdoors. You know, I'm not used to having, you know, being bald. Funnily enough, I mean, this one here. Do you know what? In the hospital where I go, when I'm waiting for the patient transport, I go for the pee. I get wheeled, you know, for the pee in a wheelchair, and they've got a mirror there. When I'm standing up, you know, washing my hands. You've got a mirror there, and I look like an oil painting in that mirror, one by Francis Bacon. My head just reminds me of Francis Bacon paintings. If you don't know who Francis Bacon is, you know, Google him. I mean, Jesus, I mean, my head's a work of art. My hair looks a work of art in certain mirrors. You know, like Francis Bacon. Not Salvador Dali, because you know he was polished. But if you Google Francis Bacon, that's what I'm starting to look like. But who cares anyway? You know who cares about the hair? Bradley, 7 in the morning, steady and looking good. Okay. Austin, yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Rob J, you're definitely looking better, Ed. Okay, I've got that Robinson Crusoe look, haven't I? Except he didn't wear a pullover like this. Ben Man, I've been with Tyre a couple of months ago for June the 25th. Is that next year? Is it? And okay, is that next year? June 2025. It is next year. and it cost me 770, somewhere over 900. It's the most I've ever paid for a flight. But who goes in June? Because that's out of season as far as that's the low season in Thailand, isn't it? So I'm surprised at flights, but I think it's families and school holidays, but probably from other sides of the world who go there. That's imagine like there's some people who have the holidays in the British school holidays who have to go at that time. I'm looking. I was actually scanning the internet the other day, and one thing I've seldom done is look at the prices for December. And I was surprised actually how reasonable they were. I always thought December is twice the prices of other months, but no, there's still some bargain flights to be had. Paul Hoskin being smutty again. When you go to Thailand, tell the girls we jump with your head with it being red. Oh, yeah, nice to hear from you, Paul. Toby Price, you're not missing much in Thailand. Rain every day just now. Okay. You can still have fun there, can't you? Filthy Pirates. How long did you overstay your visa, mate? Hope you were well. I didn't overstay my visa. I had it extended for medical purposes. So I haven't looked at my passport. Yeah, I hope it doesn't say anything that I don't like. But, I didn't actually overstay my visa. I had to extend it for medical reasons. Ben Leno, why not have a few weeks of Pattaya before your MRI scan? Well, my MRI, because I was in Thailand for 6 months overall, from the 1st of January to the end of June. And I think 6 months, I don't know if I'll be allowed back in. It's visa problems. It's because I left Thailand, I extended my visa for medical reasons. Or other people, the doctors and hospital assistants in Thailand, they done it for me. So I think it'd be unwise for me to go before January. Give it a whole year. Oh, B, well, Monad, my dad had the 5-week radiotherapy, whatever. Yeah. Oh, well, okay, fine, all right. Life is not a rehearsal, so live for each day and live each life. I'd go along with that, Jonathan Brown. Life is not a rehearsal, so live for each day and live each to its fullest, Eddie. That's okay. That's what I believe. Except there's a problem with that. I mean, you say like live for each day and live each to its fullest. I'm not physically capable of living my life right now. In the past, you've seen videos of me on the other channel climbing the Acropolis in Athens, climbing, I've even got one. I climbed Machu Picchu once in Peru and been up the steps of temples, and I just couldn't. Those days are gone. I've even climbed Dracula's castle and climbed Chichen Itza in Mexico, and when it was when you were allowed to do that. Those days are well and truly gone for me. I'll give you the clue about where I'm going for my European excursion. It's flat. It's a flat. It's a flat ground because I don't walk well going downhill or uphill, but on the flat, I'm okay. I can get around on the flat. So is that a clue as to where I'm going? Rob, get yourself to Benidorm, Eddie. I thought about that, but the weather's changing there in bed because that's seasonal. I mean, by the time I'm ready to go, but after my next jaunt, it'll be November, and the weather goes pear-shaped in Benidorm then. But besides that, I don't be going on any too many flights. I want other forms of transport. Nathan Chandler, good morning, Ed. You're looking good, mate. Get okay, fine. Thanks for that. I Rob, get a Scouse perm wig, Etty. The Scousers have perms in this day and age. They used to in the 1970s or 80s. You know, every Scouser I know, who lives south, is got a skinhead. Toby Price. Thais don't use sunscreen; they just stay out of the sun easy. Well, that's you do see them on beaches, but that's basically what I do. I do believe if I didn't do it in the month of April though, when I was in places like Udon Thani and John TM, I was a bit reckless there. I mean, because it was very, very hot, and I walked around without protection. Um, then and the next thing, no, I was in the hospital. I thought that once that's been the cause of it, but they haven't really given the cause of what's happened to me. I do believe in fairies. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't struggle with the heat. I mean, I still walked around, but I'm surprised how many people were complaining about the heat in Thailand in April, and that's not a month that I'm usually there. But it was very, very hot. But just makes that cold San Miguel go down all the more tasty. Matterwick, just buy a wig. No. So many celebrities, wear wigs, don't they? I mean, Burt Reynolds, wore a toupee. Charles Bronson, wore a toupee. I think. Plenty of other ones. No, I mean, bald is, I mean, this day and age, a guy used to be self-conscious when he starts losing his hair. He's in denial. I mean, because he starts losing his hair, and people saying, "Oh, you're getting old. That's old age, that is." But nowadays, you see so many young men who were bald, and they embrace it. So that's a good thing. I mean, who needs hair? I mean, it'd be a dull world if everyone was bald. But if you've got balls, there was only two bald men when I was growing up in the whole world. One of them was Joel Brenner, and the other was Kojak. But now you see lots of bald men. Oh, Daniel Adisi, you look great, Eddie. Any pain so far? I've been for all the months that I spent in hospital, and the radiotherapy. It's a month into that now. I've hardly felt any pain. I mean, I bought paracetamol the other week, but I haven't used it yet. I haven't even had a headache, or like I say, there was one thing that I stood up from this chair the other week, and I felt dizzy, and I thought, oh, is this where it starts? Is this where I start to go backwards? But no, the next day I've sprung back every time I had a day like that. Pain. I've sprung back. Yesterday, I felt jittery when I came back home. I did feel jittery, but I had to sleep, and now it's the day after, and I feel fine. I feel fine. So no pain. Neil Fleet, good morning. Anthony Hates, personal assistants with a qualified nurse is approximately 700 baht per. What is that? Is that about what is 700 baht? Is that about 18 quid or something like that per 8-hour shift? My girlfriend's sister does this on a day off in the hospital in Rayong. Well, that's reasonable enough. That's reasonable enough. It's good to know that. Sansadini, I've got business return with Etihad. With Etihad, for 2,380, depart late January, return early April. Well, that's business return. Okay, so that's good, isn't it? But is that a direct flight or an indirect flight? It's, is that, presumably you're talking about. Presumably, I mean, the thing is, I've never flown business class or first class or anything like that, because I'd expect the plane to get there before others. I mean, you can pay thousands of pounds for those seats on an aeroplane. You're still going to get there at the same time as you don't get there any quicker. So, for me, a plane journey, I don't enjoy plane journeys. I just want. It's the nasty ordeal. I mean, airplanes are, I don't like. That's probably why it's when I get to a country, people say, "Why are you taking the bus?" Because a flight's only 1 hour away. I don't like airports. I've no fear of flying. I just, I mean, I travelled around South America. From Brazil to Argentina to Colombia, and all the other places for 6 months. And I only used 2 domestic flights. One of them was across northern Brazil to the Colombian border, and the other was from Colombia to Rio. And they were the only. I travelled everywhere by bus overnight, 20-hour journeys through Brazil and Argentina, and I didn't have a problem because it was the things that you see out of the window of a bus. Flights, that's cheating. That is. I mean, you just. I mean, when you're in an airport, you could be anywhere anywhere. So. I remember talking to this couple in Cusco in Peru, and they were going to Lima, like I was, and I said, so I haven't checked this out. I mean, how long is the bus journey, or are you getting a train there across the country? They said, no, we're flying there. We're flying from Cusco to Lima, and I thought, well, why are you doing that? I mean, because by then I'd gotten used to busing it everywhere. Bolivia, I mean, I travelled through Bolivia, and that is the most colourful, kaleidoscopic landscape. I travelled through Bolivia on those rickety old buses, 18-hour, 20-hour journeys overall, and there's some of those, and the landscape that you see from the window of a bus on those dangerous roads. That is. That is. I mean, I just wouldn't have felt comfortable if they'd flown. If they'd flown, I'd have missed all of that. So anyway, Ben Leno, British Airways is doing direct flights to Bangkok from Gatwick. Oh, I've noticed that. Gatwick. I mean, Gatwick's a pain to get to, but Heathrow's a doddle for me. Daniel Quigley, okay. Roger Manifold, Daniel Quigley. As long as you can climb the stairs on Soy 6, oh yeah. And those massage parlours in Soy Honey, they involve stairs and they don't have balconies. So, yeah, what am I going to do there? I'll tell you what put me off. In Udon Thani, I had a couple of massages which were on the ground floor, and they were good girls. They were, and but I didn't feel comfortable there because, especially when somebody messaged me, somebody commented to say, he was having a massage in one of those places, and a rat was on on the sideboard as he was, getting a massage, getting a DM. So, I was getting massaged in Udon, but I was looking at what was crawling up beside me, because Daniel Quinn, as long as you can climb the stairs on side 6, it's absolute. Oh, my God. The good thing about Steady Eddie, Austin one, he has been to all these places and has insights. He's so well traveled, he will always have the memories and experiences. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I mean, I'm glad that I've done all the stuff that I did. Oh. Have you seen how steep the stairs are in some Amsterdam hotels? Vertical climb. Yeah, I have seen that. But there are hotels with lifts. Paul Hoskin, Albania is good. There's nobody there. Most of them in the UK. Excuse me, I'm going to have to go for the pay for a minute or two. Oh. 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 Albania's good. There's nobody there. Most of it in the UK. It wouldn't surprise me. I heard good reports about Albania. I heard good reports. I mean, we thought that with Romania, didn't we? Romania had a bit of a dodgy reputation, but the dodgy ones are in the UK. But I traveled through Romania and I didn't have a problem. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Kay Anderson. Okay. Hello, Kay. Santorini, indirect ed. Change Abu Dhabi. Indirect ed. Change Abu Dhabi. You see, I mean, you paid large amounts of money for a business guy, and you still got a direct flight. Okay, it's not business as in you. I mean, you do what you got to do. That stops up in Etihad stops up in Abu Dhabi. Daniel Kelly, good morning. Sure, Mark. The only direct business from UK is either Thai Air or Eva only. Maybe British Airways when they come back next month. So, is that right? Is it okay? Sure, more, but British Airways normally put the crappy old fleet on the Bangkok route. Nomia Inspector, good morning. Bilbao Kelso, morning. Have you ever flown with Gulf Air? It is not. If not, has anyone here flown with them? Gulf Air. I've flown with some of those Middle Eastern countries are really, really do some great airlines. I've flown with Emirates and Royal Jordanian and another one which I can't remember. So you know, Toby Price, Sean Connery had a setup for the Bond movies. Setup? Well, I've never. Was that? Yeah, Sean Connery was wearing it. He was going bald at an early age. Nomia Inspector, plenty of ground floor massage parlors with back rooms. I'm paranoid about rats. You know, I mean, imagine like doing the honours with a lovely Thai girl in a massage parlour and some rat crawls up beside you. I mean, that's why I'd avoid. But then those girls, they are probably as much to blame for that because whenever you go in there, they're always eating, aren't they? They're always eating snacks whenever you pass by. You know, they're always, and they leave food lying about all over the place. So, Paul Hoskin, you go to the blackjack bar, he goes as a leather sofa for a massage. Neil Fleet missing that squeaky door. Oh, the legendary Ben missed the squeaky door. Okay. Filthy Pirate Hooker. Don't forget to shake it. I did. I'm in Pattaya Christmas to the end of January. Hope to see you there and buy you a beer. That's fighting it. You're an insp- Okay, I'll put that on the screen there. Craigie's caddy van. I'm in Pattaya Christmas to end of Jan. Hope to see you there and buy you a beer. Keep fighting, Eddie. Yeah, I mean, it's quite possible that I'll be there by the end of January. I won't be there at Christmas though, because you know, because of the visa and you know, it'd be nice if I could get there later, but I'm still a bit wary of that visa because I left it. I didn't overstay my visa. I left. I had my visa renewed for medical reasons. Seamus Doherty, good to hear from you. Bottle Baby, good to hear from you. Rusty Lid, better to have experience memories than a bunch of possessions that eventually own you. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Well said. Anyway. Paul Merkel, you know, I actually not regarding safety issues. Let's say South America is any good for. Okay, it's South America is more demanding. It's more demanding, and you know, it's not as easy to travel as Southeast Asia. Although, having said that, the visa. I mean, the visas for South American countries are a doddle, but far more than a lot of them. You know, you turn up at the border. A lot of those countries, and they and they. And they, you know, they offer you 60 or 90 days. But as if you're going there purely for women, you know, I'd say, you know, Southeast Asia is far easier. Thailand, it should be called Easy Land. It's easy. I mean, the weather's easy. You know, especially if you go in the right time. The food is easy. The travel is easy. You know, the women, yeah, okay. But South America is more demanding. You know, can you trust that woman? I mean, I you know, it's you go to South America. There are women there. But you know, and you can meet some lovely women. You know, great people in South America. But it's you go there for the landscapes and other things. Aussie will. They say you've never been more than 10 foot from a rat anywhere in the world. Well, when I first heard that popular saying, it was on the news, a news report. It was on 20 years ago, and it started out at that 20 foot, and then I heard 10 foot, and someone told me it's 6 foot. I mean, where I'm sitting here, I'm not 6 foot away from I'm more than 6 foot away from a rat. I mean, 20, but there's trees outside. I mean, and there's, there probably, where I live here, there's people in nice houses here, but they'd be the first to admit they have a rat problem because it's a kind of a leafy area. Oh, I hate those animals. There's one animal that I'd like to see go extinct. It's them. It's rats. Dave, it's actually they need their food. You talk about the Thai massage guild. Dave the Dasher, okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks, Dave. Ben Leno, just get a visa from the embassy and go in December. Okay, now that's something I never thought of before. I've lost. I've been so preoccupied with other things. I've kind of lost the script with visas and all that. Middle of nowhere, see, okay. Fine. Daniel Kelly, how long is it since you had a Christmas in the UK? 1970s. That's when I don't celebrate Christmas. Shin Rana, okay. Paul Hoskin, Tan the Man. James Lowe, put your feet up, get yourself Asian beer. Dave the Dash, okay. Sausage Dog. Is 50 Australian dollars. Oh, that's very, very kind of you, mate. That's it. I had the good to catch you live finally. I don't believe the doctors. One of my customers with the same 6 to 12 is still alive 7 years on. You do well, mate. Well, that's I can't comment on that bit because I need to be accused of being over optimistic or wishful thinking, but that's good to know, that sausage dog. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. I take every month as it comes, every month as it comes. Like I say, I'm finishing radiotherapy soon, and my next appointment is in January with the hospital. That's for an MRI scan. I did say to the doctor the other day, I said to her, do you know this radiotherapy, is this equivalent to a scan? I mean, do you know what's going on in my head right now, whether that dreaded cancer is on its way back? She said, no, it's not, we can't do that now because your head is your brain is kind of bloated. I forget the word that she used. It's kind of bloated now, your brain. So it'll give an inaccurate reading. So your next MRI scan you booked in for is January. So basically, I've got 3 months, to play with. Whatever I do, after being tied to hospitals for 5 months, I've got 3 months, hospital free. That's basically, and that could be me. Could be. That's that's 7 years. Years is. That's okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, well, that's yeah. And thanks for that super chat. Anyway, sausage dog. That's good of you. Tinky. I do believe in fairies. A Chinese New Year falls at the end of January next year. A good time to be in Thailand. Yeah, but I mean, can you get a hotel? I tell you where it's a good. The New Year is good. is Vietnam, Saigon. I was there with a friend some years ago, and that was a great week, great night, great night. Bottle baby, depending on what you call a rat, okay. Toby Price, did John Peel not peg it climbing Machu Picchu? I was in an Irish pub in Cusco, with the highest Irish pub in terms of altitude in the world, and they had a plaque there. John Peel, had a heart attack in Cusco. I don't know if he made it to Machu Picchu, but he was a real character. He loved his travel, John Peel. But I don't know if he actually made it to because Machu Picchu is about 100 kilometers away from Cusco. You get a train there, but they've got a plaque in that Irish bar about John Peel. So that's kind of them. Plenty of two-legged, Dave the Dasher, plenty of two-legged rats around. I agree. Wonky donkey, get a pork pie hat, not like Walter White. If a rat is watching me, get some trim. Is that exhibition or group? Which bucket list? Are you at home now, Ed, or still living with the friend? I'm living with the friend. I've known him for 10 years, and he's a good friend, and he's just a person. Because I'm not fully with it, as you know. I need someone to look after me, basically, to cook for me, and he's the perfect friend. In Thailand till I die. Hello, Eddie. Have you ever used Singapore Air 7? No, but I've heard good reports about it. Ossie Whittle. The most rats I have seen is in New York City, and the size of cats. Bangkok rats look under notice in compared. Okay, really. I've seen really big rats in Bangkok. Austin, thanks. Love your work, Eddie. Promise to spend this on soy honey. Okay. Guaranteed, mate. Guaranteed. You get guaranteed. Thanks for that super chat. Sausage Dog, another super chat. They should give you a timeline after this new scan. As a progression, they took it all out. Might take years. That's interesting, because for those who don't know, when I had the brain operation at Derriford, I was told before they had a mass, and they said they actually used the word all. They've got it all up. Next day, I asked the surgeons the next day, and they were pleased with their own performance. No doubt about it. And because Derriford is a reputable place to have any that brain surgery. And I said, how much of that mass? They didn't use the word cancer then. How much of that mass have you got out of my head? And he said, all of it. And I said, look at one, and basically he confirmed all of it. They actually used that word. And I thought, well, that's it. So the bogeyman's gone now. But, a couple of weeks later, after they analysed, what it was, they delivered the bad news to me, and that's, that knocked me for 6, that did. But anyway, Sausage Dog, they should give you a timeline after this new scan. As the progression, if they took it all out, might take years to return. I would like to think so. That sounds very, very positive. Okay. I'm expecting anything, anything, mate. Oh, all right, thanks for that super chat again. If only they had the Greggs in Thailand. Oh, sausage rolls. I don't need Greggs here. Oh, and the highest Irish pub is at Nevasi Bazaar, Nepal. Well, if they just open that, but because that Irish pub in Cusco, Peru, they claim that that's the highest Irish pub in the world because I've seen it on the wall. This is the highest Irish pub in the world, and it's a really good pub. Super Steve Jones, okay, thank you. And Martin Ryder, any deals on Sky? I'm looking at Saigon on China East for £450 in return. Chinese Airways, they're not the most comfortable or the most enjoyable, and but they do the best value. They do the best value. Saigon on China East. Saigon is I may end up going to Vietnam. I may end up going to Vietnam, but anyway, Saigon, that's a great place to go. Good luck, Martin. Anyway, good luck. I haven't seen any deals. Big up, Zeti. Rich Bang, Wonky Donkey. I did Heathrow to Saigon. Wonky Donkey. I did Heathrow to Saigon return direct for $620. That's good, isn't it? Because Vietnam, used to be a difficult place to get to. You have to go via somewhere else. But now, Vietnam, I've seen something on a direct flight on Vietnam a while back, and Vietnam is. I had this conversation. If there's one country in that region outside of Thailand that's likely to be advanced in the future, it's got to be Vietnam. It's going ahead of its neighboring countries, and you only have to look at when I first went to Vietnam about 20 odd years ago, just 23 years ago, something like that. It was raw edged. All the action was in Phenom Glau Street. But that's now played out. But Bui Vien Street, there's a video on my other channel about Bui Vien, and I've seen recent videos. That's looking more like Las Vegas nowadays. Vietnam's definitely on the way up. Bottle Baby, nice airports in China, not the ones I've been to. Oh, and sure, in Ireland alone, there's a few pubs who claim to be the oldest in Ireland. Okay. Martin Ryder, ST in Saigon, 30 quid. Okay. Oh, the Vietnamese girls were beautiful they are. They're beautiful they are. Oh my God, they are some lovely, lovely, lovely girls in Vietnam. Oh, Jesus, enough of that. Enough of that. Anyway, we're 52, almost 53 minutes into this now, and 120. And it's good that the internet's held up well. The internet's held up well. So my friend's coming back soon, so we're gonna go to a supermarket. Somebody said to me at the centre, do you do anything over the weekend? The radiotherapy centre. Do you do anything over the weekend? I said, yeah, I go to Little's. But that's about as exciting as my life's getting right now. But I haven't been tied to hospitals since the middle of May. That's all coming to an end soon. So I'm not. When I finish my radiotherapy, my last radiotherapy, in about 10 days' time, I've got basically 3 months to play with. So I'm likely to. I really want to expect anything. Expect anything. I'm not building my hopes up, but I think I'll be physically good to travel. But I'll take every step, precariously. John Daly, I might have asked this before, but is your mask full face? In Lincoln, they use open face mask for radiotherapy. What I'll do is I was thinking about that. I'll do a video of what, because I'm trying to do videos that are going to be useful for anyone who's likely to undergo radiotherapy. I can't take a camera into there. You must understand that I can't take a camera into there. So I'll probably get images of what it looks like from elsewhere and upload those on a video. Anything that's helpful. Sausage dog, it's full face usually. The mask, I thought it was like something out of a horror movie. Ross Romes, you're looking well, buddy. Hope you're feeling good. Have you ever been to Cyprus? No, I haven't been to Cyprus, but I've done the Greek. I've been to the Greek islands. I've been to Rhodes, Crete, and Athens. The capital. And Greece is a wonderful country. Oh, it's a lovely country. You're looking well, but no, but I've never been to Cyprus. Sausage dog. My stepfather had one. Do you mean a mask? It's full face. It's full face usually. Yeah, it is tight, but when you do an appointment and they mold it to your face, so it's tight, but it fits your face. Anyway. Been on for nearly an hour now. I'm going to go shopping soon. I enjoy my weekly shop. So that's about as exciting as my life gets right now. But I'm looking at a bit more excitement in life, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm looking forward to actually posting travel videos, whatever way, shape, or form they come in. I'm looking forward to begin posting travel videos soon on the other travel channel. So anyway, thanks for everything. Everyone, have a good weekend. And I'm off shopping, to the exciting destination of either Asda or Lidl's, spoil for choice. Have a good weekend. Oh.